Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Good to see you in. We just got a warning signal. We got a warning signal from Bangbox, our free Discord server. So the trade is setting up. We're waiting for an entry right now. Let's take a look at the charts while we wait. Got above the 200 on the 15. Looking good. I actually really like this consolidation. I've been waiting. I was hoping that we would come down and get another test of the low, but it looks like the bulls are willing to show up. It looks like war isn't that big of a deal. Now, we do have some high time frame closes that are coming. We are moments away. Or did we just get? Yeah, we just got our weekly close. We just got our weekly close. Yeah, weekly close just came in. The weekly chart on TradingView, for whatever reason, is all fucked up. The weird chart. So this one hasn't refreshed yet. Let's see if we can refresh it. Trade is setting up. Alert came in. Go to the week. Go to the week. On the BLX. I guess the BLX has a little bit of a delay. All right, so this is the medium term time frame that I want to take a look at. I did post a video about this for all the Wyckoff traders out there. You probably enjoyed that video, but I'm looking at this as a reaccumulation with uprise. And with this most recent move and the bulls showing up, it's presenting as a possible spring. Yeah, we're gonna get a flash. We're gonna get a flash. We're gonna get our entry live, our first live entry. So smash the likes, guys. That's how this video gets to the top of the algorithm. If anybody's searching Bitcoin trading on YouTube right now, they'll enter into this room. Let's take a look at the macro while we wait. S&P had a little bit of a dip, 1.4% move yesterday, or last week, this week rather. And that will open in 8 hours. So 8 hours open, we could see this come to the downside. Hopefully we get a reversal, because that means we can stay in our trade longer. But if we do get a move to the downside, we're going to be taking profits on the small time frame trade. NASDAQ not looking as bad, actually. So this is kind of telling us that the market's more willing to be in risk on assets than the safe assets. A lot of people talking about the war scares out there. Usually that stuff gets priced in. If things escalate, it needs to be repriced. But yeah, I prefer it when prices come down and people get scared. Last week, before all of that nonsense, people were over exuberant and over bullish, and it's really hard to get upwards price action when people are in their longs and they're bullish. You got to get them out. You got to shake them out. Once you shake them out, you can get to higher levels. Gold looking really good. Gold has just been on a breakout. So, it's funny. Bitcoin does well when gold is doing well, and it does well when stocks are doing well. So yes, we might see some volatility coming from traditional markets in, with the S&P and the NASDAQ. But if gold continues to rally, the narrative will switch that, Bitcoin's digital gold and it'll rally alongside gold. DXY up at the top of the channel did get a little bit of a breakout. Doesn't mean it can't come back down in. Typically speaking, when this chart is rallying, risk on assets are not being bought. So the ideal circumstance would be as if we get a reversal to the downside here. We're at the top of the channel. Let's come down for another reversal. That would, if we got this formation down to the bottom of the channel, we would get a really nice rally. Really nice rally in Bitcoin. Let's see how we're developing on the 15 here. Come on, give us a signal. Give us a signal. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. If you didn't watch the posted YouTube video, this is what I'm looking for. We got out of the channel. We need to get bought back into the channel, which we currently are bought back in, and retest the bottom of the channel. If we can get a retest and then take out this high at around 67.7, we'll call it. Yeah, 67. Yeah, we'll call it 67.7. If we get a rally beyond that point, then to me, this really looks like a spring, and we could absolutely develop enough momentum to break us out of the channel, get to the all-time high area, and then continue on to higher levels. So this is a live trading show, waiting for our live signal to come in. It's not every day. In fact, this is the first time that we've been present on a live stream when we would be getting an entry signal. But if you guys want access to the Discord, just follow the links or scan the QR code popping up on the screen right now. And it's a free Discord, free to access. All that we ask is that with these signals, if you take a trade, you trade with one of our partner exchanges. We're currently partnered with 2Bit and BitGet. So that's the only thing that we're asking. If you trade with our signals, do it on the exchange that we're partnered with so that we can get a small commission. That's how we monetize the group, and that's how we keep it free for you. Let's take a look at a few alts, but I want to look at it under the context of Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is continuing to rally to the upside, which means it's not easy to be an altcoin trader. Okay, I drew this chart a while ago. Alts get wrecked above this line. We're currently trading above that line. Altcoin season begins below this line. So we're not in altcoin season. That doesn't mean alts aren't rallying. It just means every alt isn't rallying. So you really need to do your due diligence and identify the market leaders. Some of the market leaders that we have identified in the private group would be IMX. IMX not really showing a short time frame performance currently, but you know, since our entry, we're way up on this one. We're up 317% on IMX. Rune is another one. This one, we're underwater on this one. 4% down on Rune, but this is a market leader. It's going to do well. One that has been a really weird one, and if you guys are in ordinals, if you're in BRC20 tokens at all, we were in meme at the very beginning, and we're at a 400x, 400x on meme. This one's kind of under the radar. Not a lot of people talking about meme. The Discord is kind of sad. Like it's not a very active Discord, but you don't need strong fundamentals with meme tokens. And meme is the very first meme token that was ever issued on the Bitcoin network. So that's kind of its claim to fame. Some of the more, yeah, we're way down on Link now. Down 27% on Link. Still bullish on Link. When you zoom out, this is a beautiful accumulation range, and we got our sign of strength. I think that this one will continue to rally. Track, this is a good one. Another BRC. The BRC20s are just doing so much better. We're at a 100x on this one. Or no, not 100x. 10x. Got into this one at 30 cents, currently sitting at $3.15. The BRC20 space, ordinals in general, that's the altcoins. So when you look at a chart like Bitcoin dominance and you see that it's rallying and you see assets like Ethereum BTC continuing to lose value against BTC, it's more so the coins from last cycle that are struggling. It's the coins are... When this chart starts to trend to the downside, the older, more established, high market cap coins are going to do well. But in the BRC20 space, it's just brand new. Everybody's over exuberant. We're seeing a ton of stuff. And the Bitcoin halving is in a few days. and runes are going to go live. So please, if you've been ignoring the Bitcoin ecosystem, and yes, Bitcoin is an ecosystem now, get tucked into that information, because there is a ton of alpha coming out of the Bitcoin network right now. Sats. Let's take a look at Solana. So Solana is another market leader. Look at this demand tail. Beautiful, beautiful demand tail on Solana. Nice accumulation, breakout, nice demand tail on this weekly. So we had the crash. What did the crash result in percentage-wise? Nearly a 50% correction in Solana, and we've already rebounded. %. And I think that this can continue, especially if the traditional markets work in our favor. If the war is just a scare and, you know, that narrative kind of dies down, then I would expect this to just continue on its upwards trend. Beautiful retest too. Like, look at this. I don't know when I drew this line, but it just came down to the line and it immediately got bought back up. So Solana's looking really good. Spam your tickers, folks. What do you want to take a look at? Old Fish Tank. Nice to see you in the chat. Terry V. You rock, Terry V. Take a look at the daily, actually. Let's turn alphanumerics off. Let's take a look at the daily. Pretty nice recovery on the daily. I'm liking this. Now, again, we got to get above this candle right here. So if we get a daily close above 67.1, and we also have confluence at 67.7, that's going to look really good for me in classifying this and confirming this as a spring. I have it labeled as a spring. If this doesn't make sense, it's Wyckoff stuff. If you haven't learned Wyckoff, I'm not saying go learn Wyckoff. I'm a Wyckoff trader, and I like this style of analysis because it's very macro, and the biggest moves in crypto happen on the macro. But basically what a spring is it's, you know, we exit the channel to the downside. It's a fake out. It shakes people out, and we immediately rally to the upside. Take a look at Ordi. Yeah, let's take a look at Ordi. A lot of the BRC20 tokens are cooling off right now, and they're not presenting themselves in the most bullish fashion. But a lot of stuff is happening when the Bitcoin halving goes live. So much is happening when the Bitcoin halving goes live. It's you're going to have a lot of Bitcoin layer 2s. You're going to have more functionality on Bitcoin layer 1. And I think the most important thing to take into consideration with these BRC20 tokens is we're going to have liquidity pools. So if you've ever messed around on the Ethereum network, you know that a lot of the applications like Uniswap, SushiSwap, what are some of the yield platforms, Curve Finance, all of these applications have liquidity pools, which means you take the token and you put it into a protocol contract. We're going to get that with Bitcoin, which is going to create a huge amount of demand for these assets. Ordi is already lined up to be one of the assets in Merlin. Let's take a look at Merlin. So you can already see all of these assets down here. You've got Bitcoin, you've got Ordi, you've got Sats, you've got BTCs, you got RATs. All of these tokens, I think, are going to create a lot of demand because you're going to have a ton of layer 2s. So this is one example of a layer 2, and this is going to have liquidity pools. This is going to have yield, and that yield is going to be funding the liquidity pools is going to be funding the yield for this swap protocol. This is the Uniswap of Bitcoin, basically. And yeah, if you have any of these tokens, there's going to be demand for it. Look at the TVL on this. Ridiculous. You have 33, what is this? $3.3 billion already locked into the protocol, and it's not even live. People are very excited about this. $3.3 billion. That's a huge valuation, massive valuation. YFI, I don't think that that these old coins are going to do as well as the new stuff. Basically, everything that you saw on Ethereum is going to be repeated and copied and built on Bitcoin. And because Bitcoin has better security and because Bitcoin has more liquidity, I have a feeling that the performance of these assets, when you take these ideas and you copy them to the Bitcoin network, I just think that they're going to do better. But let's take a look at YFI. Yeah, this is a weak asset. This is weak. It hasn't, a lot of the assets that we're looking at have already broken out of their accumulation range. I'm not saying that this can't, but when we analyze the market as a whole, you're really trying to identify market leaders. And this is not presenting itself as a market leader. This is a laggard. You know, Solana is a market leader. It broke out of its accumulation phase. YFI, it's still inside of it. Still inside of its accumulation phase. Is there any time frame for the bot signal to appear? No. No, there isn't. We have to let the market do its thing. We're not in control of the signals. The market is in control of the signals. So until the strategy parameters have been met, meaning that the market has gotten us to a position, the market has reached the parameters of the strategy. Until that happens, a signal won't fire. So it's all market dependent. I was hoping it was going to happen in a few candles. I was rushing to go live here, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. It might not even happen during the live stream. So that, you know, just hammers home the point that if you do want access to these free signals that we provide, you got to hop into the Discord. So just, you know, follow the links, you know, scan the QR code, get into the Discord, get set up so that if this signal doesn't fire during the live stream, you're going to have access to these signals 24/7. We get these signals every couple of days, and a lot of them have been quite profitable. Full transparency, the last two weren't. We had one break-even trade, basically break-even, and then one loser. Let's take a look at some other ETH DeFi. So YFI is an ETH DeFi protocol. Let's take a look at Curve, because I think, you know, I haven't really been paying attention to ETH at all. See, so this is another laggard. ETH DeFi, as far as market sentiment is concerned, is lacking big time. Nobody cares about DeFi anymore. All anybody cares about is memes. And Bitcoin's pretty good at memes. So yeah, this is a laggard. What's another one? What's another big DeFi protocol? Actually, let's take a look at Uni. So Uni is not bad. People are still bullish on swaps. We got our sign of strength, then Uniswap. What was the news? I'm just fading Ethereum so hard. I can't even remember the news on these things. But basically, the narrative is Uniswap's dead. I think Uniswap's a good buy right now. Yeah, this is our sign of strength move. This is our backup. Uniswap looks like a good buy to me. This is probably going to take off from here. So Uniswap doesn't look terrible in the Ethereum ecosystem. Let's take a look at SushiSwap. Sushi Swap's flat. Hasn't broken out of its accumulation. It's flat. What are some other ones for Ethereum DeFi? Curve. Man, like I said, I have just been ignoring DeFi on Ethereum because it's coming to Bitcoin and it's just going to be so much better on Bitcoin. Do you think people will FOMO into Bitmap even though it's not on big exchanges? Yes, I do. Most of the gains, like we can draw a lot of comparisons. Most of the gains on Ethereum DeFi and Ethereum NFTs happened before they were listed on exchanges. In my opinion, it's a complete fallacy that exchange listings are good for tokens. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this because it's a fun narrative to get on board with. It's like, oh, we just need a few exchange listings and then this thing will moon. No, it usually moons before the exchange listing. And oftentimes too, if the person got, like if you have a whale that got in early, they hold a massive amount of supply. And the thing is, they can't unload that supply because the slippage is too great. So they can't like unload without moving the market. So when you get an exchange listing, especially if they give you a futures option, if there's a futures option, you need to be very careful with that exchange listing, because what the whales will do is they will hold their spot long position and they will match it with an exchange futures contract. They will hold a perpetual short to match their long, and that allows them to sell. It allows them to sell. It allows them to drop the market. And not only do they get to pull their liquidity out of their spot longs, but they actually make money on the downside with the short as well. So I don't care about exchange listings personally. I think that more often than not, they mark a top in a token. So I want bitmaps to never make it on an exchange. I want bitmaps to be on Bitcoin layer 1 and Bitcoin layer 2. That's it. You're going to see a lot of Magic Eden. You're going to see a lot of Unisat. You're going to see a lot of Ordinal's wallet. And as soon as you start seeing these things on Binance, you should be careful, because I think we're getting close to a top. The SEC filed charges against Uniswap. That's right. I forgot about that. Alleging Uniswap protocol, web application, and wallets breaching U.S. security laws. Yeah, so it doesn't, like, that stuff doesn't matter. That stuff doesn't matter. Uniswap is a decentralized protocol that is, it's a smart contract on the Ethereum network. So nothing can happen. Like, you can file, like the SEC can file to the Uniswap Foundation, and, you know, the team could get in a lot of shit. Maybe some people go to prison, but the app will keep running. The app is just simply a smart contract on the Ethereum layer. So when people realize that, this will probably rally. Cali Trader, yo, what's up? How's it going? Doing good. We're just waiting for our signal, which might not come live. Hoping it would come live, but guys, get into the Discord. That way you will get the live signal. Get in. There is a verification process. What you need to do is you need to sign up with one of our partner exchanges, and you need to make a small deposit. That money is yours. It's your money. It's just a way to show us that you have intention to take the signals and use the exchange that we're partnered with. That's the monetization model. So once you've created an exchange, here's the onboarding actually. You go to Unlock VIP, you sign up for an exchange, click any one of these links, deposit some funds, and then click Submit UID. It'll only take a few hours if you do it now, because I'm up and I'm processing tickets. But yeah, you could also see the signal fire here and now, today. But it's not going to fire probably for another candle or two. No, not Uniswap. Where's the countdown? Is this thing lagging? Where's the candle? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's glitchy. It's not supposed to be up there. Oh, well. TradingView is glitchy sometimes. That suit is such junk because it's about the innovative technology. Because it's about the innovative technology. I'm not sure I follow you, Tyler Durden. That shit is such junk because it's about the innovative technology. I don't know. Clarify, please. I have a feeling you have a good comment. I just don't understand it. Man. We just got to test this lower channel. And then hopefully we get a signal. Let's go back to trad markets. Let's take a look at IBIT. The ETF, Bitcoin ETF. Man, look at all those gaps. We're going to get another gap. We'll get a gap down. What does a gap down mean? Rally back up to fill the gap. Uni SEC lawsuit. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Like they're suing the people. You can't sue the protocol. Protocol doesn't do anything. It's like laws that were made for old school are being applied to new tech. Yeah. Yeah. Makes no sense. But that's okay. You know, let the market get shaken out. This is what I love. This is how markets go up, okay? We have crypto tourism, right? We have the people that come to crypto for one reason. I'm going to buy a shitcoin and I'm going to get rich. And they're not used to the volatility. So what happens? They get a move like this. They sell the fucking tippy fucking bottom and then it rallies away from them. Why does it rally away? Because people get shaken out. The expectation of further downside is not met. And so people start to buy back in. And then it goes higher, and then people buy in at a higher price. And that's how you get the next move up. For everybody that sells here, you know, 65%, it just puts fuel in the tank for us to launch 65% off the fucking lows, or even more, because it's more illiquid. It's more illiquid. So that's how you get the ups and downs. People get scared, they sell the bottom, they jump back in at a higher price, and that's how you get higher valuations. Weak hands. Bring Blue Man on a stream from Discord. What do you think, old fish tank? You want to do some point and figure stuff on the stream? I would love to get him talking point and figure. He uses a point and figure engine. Let's do a little bit of point and figure actually while we're waiting. This signal is going to take a while, so let's do some point and figure. Go to the daily, actually remove drawings, and we have it here. So you've got a candle option for point and figure, and we're going to call that good right there. And you can do counts to get accumulation estimates. So this consolidation right here, let's do a bullish count on it. Each one of these X's represents a $450 move in Bitcoin. Each one of these O's represent an up move, and each one of these O's represents a $450 dollar move down. But what's cool about these is you can do counts. So you can grab and count the columns. We have 11 columns. So we take 11. Bust out the old calculator here. We take 11 and we times that by the box size, which is 450 in this case. And then we times that by 3 because we have a 3-box reversal. And that gives us a number of 1,485. We go to the low of the consolidation. This is just a crash course. It's a little bit more nuanced, and I'm sure Blue Man can add clarity to that. 62.1, so we will add 1485 to 62,100, and that gives us 76,950. So let's mark that. $76,950. And then we will go to an LPS. Or just kind of pick anywhere. I'm not doing it super accurate. I like to give myself a little bit more of a range. So this is not textbook. Okay, don't think that this is textbook, but this is just what I'm doing just for demonstration purposes. The high is 79,950. Okay, plus 79,950 gives us 94.8. That's going to be a hell of a range. But I didn't do it by the book. 94,800. So this consolidation has built up enough energy, or has built a cause of being able to achieve a price somewhere in this box. It has achieved the ability to build a price, or achieve a price somewhere between 76,950 and 79,800, or sorry, 94,800. So 94,800 would be dope. If the signal triggers, will you be using USD for this trade or BTC? I don't trade with stables. I don't trade with stables. I am 100% long this market. Okay. Everything I have for the trading accounts, because I'm macro bullish on the entire trend, it's in Bitcoin. I don't want to hold stables. So any of the trades that I'm going to be taking are going to be opportunities for me to stack sats. So all of the futures contracts that I trade on are going to be Bitcoin denominated futures contracts, so that I'm multiplying my Bitcoin. And if you've never done that before, it's actually quite liberating, because you can follow a strategy very closely, because it allows you to wait for good entries because you're already in Bitcoin. You're not sitting in stables being like, man, I got to put this money to work. No, your money's already to work. It's in Bitcoin. And then when you achieve the take profit level, it's also easy to take profits, because it's like, well, I'm not selling Bitcoin. I'm just stopping the leveraged play. I'm stopping the stat stacking. Or the sat stacking, and now I'm still in Bitcoin, and it can keep going up because I'm still in Bitcoin. I always trade Bitcoin margin. In a bull market, Bitcoin margin. In a bear market, you might want to trade Tether margin or USDC margin, but even in a bear market, I trade Bitcoin margin. Everything I do is to stack more sats. All right, so that's a little crash course on point and figure. I'm sure Blue Man is shaking his head at some stuff. I'm sure I didn't do that right. Well, I took a weird measurement, but all good. Come on. Breakout. Breakout. Let's go. Coin margin for the win. What else do we want to look at, fellas? Ladies and gentlemen? While we wait. What do we got? What's moving here? Nothing today. Everything's opened negative. Negative day. Yeah, everything's open negative today. Except for Wojak. Memes, man. There has been like, does anybody else feel like this cycle has been way more dominated by memes? What is up with that? You know, memes last cycle were kind of an indicator that the intermediate cycles, like you have the macro cycle, but then you have the inner cycle. I don't know what word I'm looking for here, but you have like kind of the intermediate cycles within the macro cycle. And last cycle, the meme coin rallies kind of marked the end of the interim cycle. But now they mark the beginning. Everybody wants them in the middle and everybody wants them at the end. It's wild how many fucking memes are rallying this cycle. People really just don't care about fundamentals at all. And it's definitely become a casino. The crowd is more about gambling than fundamentals for sure. Thoughts on Terabits? Looks like a fun project. I haven't dove into it too deeply. Terabits. Where do I find Terabits? Magic Eden? Terabits. Yeah, so I haven't really given it much attention because I already have a position in this category through bitmaps. But yeah, it's been gaining steam. It's been gaining attention. Let's take a look at the floor price here. Seems to be consolidating healthily. Yeah, this is a healthy consolidation. So it looks like it's preparing. It's in accumulation. So this trend, this range can continue for a while. It can continue for a good long while. And honestly, the longer it trades sideways, the better. But yeah, I already have a lot of exposure through Bitmap to this kind of idea. And Bitmap seems like the better play to me because it's kind of hitting a floor. We had a beautiful, huge, massive rally, deep volatile consolidation, and now the volatility is reducing, and the lows seem to be stopping as well. So for new positions, like if you're just monitoring your Terabit position, you're in a good spot. It looks good. I mean, even a new position in Terabit looks good, but I think because Bitmap was first, you're going to have more functionality come to Bitmap as the Bitcoin metaverse is kind of developed. Zamir Berger finally made it to a live stream. Let's go. Balls meme coin is green now. It's a shit fest out there. Yes, it is. It is. Degenerate gambling. Degenerate gambling. Look for it on Magic Eden. There's links where the dashboard where you can see the 3D models of the land. Sure. It's not a high volume project. You know, if you're looking at kind of the projects to pay attention to, they need to have high volume. So they'll show up at the top, and you know, we're scrolling, and it's not really showing up. So It's low volume. Terabits. There's a link. Terabits world. Are you planning to unload some rune stones on Rune's protocol release on halving? Nope. I'm just going to collect everything. I'm just going to collect it. You know, any airdrops that come from rune stones, any airdrops that come from RuneX unnamed, all of that shit. I'm just going to allow other projects to fill my portfolio. Not doing much of anything. Buy signal yet? No. Believe me. We would be watching that. Could be close. Nope. Nope. No signal yet. No signal yet. So this is a plot of digital land on the Bitcoin network. Cool beans. This is all fun, you know, fine and dandy, but you need to pay attention to what the developers are doing. Where are the developers going? Like if this is, you know, a development project for, you know, if this is just terabits, cool. We need other developers to build on top of the protocol. And I think that I personally believe that we're going to see more developers choose Bitmap to build on top of than terabits. Got in on Bitmaps on the initial call back in June, but this looks fun. Thought it would be good to fill some time while we wait. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Take a look at some pre-runes. Where's this signal? Come on. If you guys want me to look at charts, just spam some tickers. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep looking at ordinals. Rune stone's cooling off. Yeah, this one had an epic rally. Epic rally. People are taking profits now. We're getting close to the halving. I think it'll dump. It'll dump after the halving. I mean, I'm quite certain it'll dump after the halving. Does that mean I'm going to sell now? Because there will be a reason why people will regret selling. And I'm taking this the full cycle. Full cycle. Rune pups. Another massive rally. Runes are so overhyped. If you guys missed my video on runes, I think runes are really, really cool. But I also think that the market has too high of an expectation for the performance of runes right at launch. They're not going to perform how the market feels they're going to perform right at launch. So go check out that video. RSIC. RSIC's not bad, actually. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, people are getting free tokens. That's not enough for me to get excited. I don't really care about free tokens. I care about free tokens that the market thinks has value, but just free tokens, I don't care. Kind of a cup and handle here on Game of Blocks. This is another weird one. That's not a bad consolidation. I could see this breaking out, actually. Got a couple Game of Blocks. RuneX unnamed. Yeah, not bad. Correction, change of trend. If we take out this high, we take out the high at 3 million sats, then it could probably rally. Do I really believe the mempool fees might go up to 5,000 on the halving? That sounds crazy though. For block 840,000, not just from the halving onwards. To get into block 840,000, the fees are going to be fucking ridiculous. Hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to move Bitcoin. Old fish tank. Come on the show if you want to fall asleep. It's dry content, Wyckoff stuff. It's a really cool method of analysis, but it does not. It's very dry. PNF's weird on TV. That's why I use stock charts. Yeah. All right, it's not looking like we're gonna get a signal live on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to check out the Discord and get in before the signal fires. If I was to guess, I think it's probably gonna close by the next 4-hour candle, or it's probably gonna fire by the close of this 4-hour candle. So there's like 3 hours left. It could go before that. It could start going in the next 3 minutes. Let's take a look at the 1 hour candle. So the 1 hour is about to close in 3 minutes. So it could begin to rally after that. But if that doesn't produce, then it's probably going to wait for the close of the 4 hour, which is 3 hours away. Okay, if there's any other questions or projects you'd like to take a look at, please say it now or forever hold your peace. We've been streaming for an hour. We were hoping to get the signal. We didn't get the signal, but the signal, I think, is coming. I don't think that this is going to be a false signal. I do think that we're gonna enter into a trade, and it might even be a pretty fast one too. So. Get into the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. DMT Nat, any opinion? I think Nats, as a blanket statement, will have their day for sure. Let's go Ordinals wallet. Where is it? All NAT tokens you'll have these little mini cycles within the whole ordinals market. So you'll have ordinal NFT rallies. You'll have Rune NFT rallies. You'll have Rune token rallies. You'll have BRC20 token rallies. You'll have TAP token rallies. So DMT NAT. Where the hell is the NAT token? Oh, here it is. It's right here. Not doing much. Not doing much. But that's okay. If the block run, so this is a project that the block runner guys launched, and they haven't created functionality yet. But believe you me, when runes go live and Bitcoin has all of this functionality added to the network, you're going to start to see a lot of these pieces come together. You're going to see the role and use case for bitmaps. You're going to see these currencies built on top of bitmaps. You're going to see these little economies pop up in like the Bitcoin metaverse. And I think a lot of these assets are going to mesh with other projects. And I think that given the bullishness of the Bitcoin metaverse that the block runner guys have, they're going to do something with the NAT token. And when they do that, this thing's just going to fucking moon. What you think about Jupe? I don't know. What do I think about Jupe? I think it's impossible to make an entry on this. It needs to present, because there's not enough history. We don't know where support and resistance is, and it's taken out this low. So because we took out this low, because we don't have previous historical levels to make note of, we need some sort of an accumulation structure to build. So we need something. We need some sort of a range and an identify of an uptrend before we can get bullish on it. Because right now it just took out the low, and that's it. It's taken out the low, so it's transitioning into a potential downtrend. So nothing really to be too bullish on, and I wouldn't be looking at new entries on this one. My friend wants to know about INS. INS is a market leader. INS is a good one. That's one of the outliers in this market. INS. Oh, INS. Okay. Never mind. I was thinking of INJ. Inscribe. Oh, this just looks like nothing. It's very illiquid. Very illiquid. When you see a chart that looks all fucked up like this, it means that there's just no liquidity. There's not enough people trading it, in layman's terms. Until this chart starts to look a little bit less wonky, it's anybody's guess. I mean, it's at the pretty much the lowest price now. If you know something fundamental that could be worth taking a punt on, then go for it. Just make sure that, you know, when you're buying these really, really shitty like illiquid shit coins, you have to mitigate your risk through position size. You can't put a stop loss on this. So because you can't put a stop loss in it, your loss is 100%. So you need to put in a position that's like 1% of your portfolio. If you're really bullish, 2% of your portfolio. That's kind of the similar method that we teach when we do trades. Like you can lever up your position size to get to a decent position based off of a 1 or a 2% stop loss. But because you can't use a stop loss on something like this, the only risk metric that you have to your disposal is size. So you have to size really small. If you go big on this, you will regret it. Thanks for your insight into ordinals. Appreciate it. It's very interesting. Thank you, Peter. Join if you want more. All right, I think we will close things out there. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Bitcoin signal fire live on the stream, but like I said, I think it'll fire in the next few hours. So don't forget to sign up and get into the group today. It's free to use, free to join. Use one of our partner affiliate links. Make a small deposit to show us that you do intend to trade on the partnered exchange. Take the signals. All right. Until next time, everybody, trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.